One of the scariest stock charts I've seen in a while. Just more validation that deflation is coming. I'm telling you, a lot of people misunderstand what deflation means. That just means things get cheaper, Josh. No, it's a hell of a lot more than that. So let's dive into the zero hedge here. This is frightening is too strong. This is illuminating. Let's put it that way. Dateline today, February 24th. Rent-A-Center gives dire update on state of U.S. consumer. All right, and so we're just going to go down here, right here. Rent-A-Center. Zoops. While we wait to see the market to finally realize just how serious the coming slowdown is, the 40% collapse of RCII stock price after hours will serve as an ominous harbinger of just how big and painful the repricing of the U.S. consumer and economy will be in the coming months. All right, so let's go what happened here. This is in the fourth quarter. This is from the commentary from the earnings call for Rent-A-Center. In the fourth quarter, the combined effect of significantly reduced government stimulus, decades-high inflation, and supply chain disruptions impacted our target customers' ability to access and afford durable goods, which negatively impacted our results. We anticipate these external headwinds will continue for the foreseeable future, resulting in a year-over-year declines in revenue and earnings. This is not earnings growth. This is year-over-year declines in earnings. All right, translation. And this is what Zero Hedge says. After a year sustained by stimulus, the U.S. consumer is now hitting a brick wall, with the poorest getting hit the hardest, which is what inflation does all the time. The rich get richer and the poor get hit harder in inflation. This is precisely what Zero Hedge and Morgan Stanley have been saying for months. And it's a sharp, unexpected hit to consumption that is behind the sharp slowdown in the U.S. economy. Yep. But how is that possible? After all, recent retail sales have been soaring and trending much higher than they were before COVID, which to most economists has been a confirmation of just how durable the U.S. consumer is. Well, no. One look at the trendline comparison in retail sales. I just got to point out too, man. Remember, retail sales aren't product, it's price. It's the value of the product in terms of price. As Conservative Treehouse, the conservativetreehouse.com says, look, freaking nine books priced at 15 is worth more than 10 books priced at 10. Even though, have you actually increased your freaking sales? No, you just increased the number, the dollar value of sales because of inflation. I hope that makes sense. So while it looks good because all they look at is the actual dollar value, it has nothing to do with the amount of books that are being sold or the amount of phones or the amount of calculators. It doesn't matter. The price of the good times the number of goods is what the sales trend says. But if the number of goods are going down and they're just being purchased at a much higher price, that covers up. That covers up the actual sales strength. You're selling less product. Less product means less profitability. Anyway, so here we go right here. Real retail sales versus real disposable income. You see that trend line, zhoops. All right. Disposable income, zhoops, sales. Can't happen. It can't keep happening. Zhoops. And zhoops. We got a significant difference in sales and income. Disposable income is collapsing right there. Disposable income. As for retail sales, the reason why they've been red hot is simple. U.S. consumers are expecting higher prices in a few months, and they're buying now to avoid paying more in the future. More ominously, Rent-A-Center commentary confirms what Morgan Stanley noted last week when he predicted a sharp slowdown in the economy, when he noted that whether it's the payback in demand or sharp decline in real disposable income, the rate of consumption is likely to disappoint expectations in the first half of 2022. Furthermore, this weaker consumption is arriving just as supply chains are starting to loosen up. Interesting. Some of this is likely to be aided by the end of Omicron and labor shortages that has created the transportation and logistics industries. So supply chains are starting to loosen up, i.e. there's more product, but there's not enough money to pay for the product because the money's already been purchased, already been spent. So what happens when supply increases and demand falls off a cliff? That's freaking deflation, man. You think about in your neighborhood. You think about your neighborhood. When there's 3 buyers for 1 seller, there's inflation on the price. When there's 3 sellers for 1 buyer, there's deflation on the price part. It's just that simple, man. Supply, the number of houses are available to sell. Demand, the number of buyers to buy those houses. Supply is higher than demand, which is coming because the supply chains issues are loosening up, and that I gotta optimize my storage. Okay, come on, man, think about this for just a second. This is bad. I mean, look, it's gonna be bad. I mean, what I'm saying is it's bad. It doesn't mean we're all gonna die. It just means deflation, and everyone just thinks like they think deflation means, oh, it's good. That means prices are lower. Yeah, but it's more than that. What do you think the depression was? Mass deflation. Am I saying we're going to go back in that? I have no idea. Well, stagflation is probably more like it. Higher prices of goods with fewer goods being purchased because you can't afford them because of the price of energy. And now we got Sniffy Joe shutting down more and more pipelines. Russia invading the Ukraine, and Russia and then Germany saying we're not going to approve your pipeline to give us the natural gas we need. We are just we're just dealing with the end of the administrative state, and it's going to get interesting. So just be prepared. I will see you.